Although working in victim services is rewarding, it's also stressful. It's for that reason that we're here today. Please help me in welcoming Barbara Rubel.
That's a picture of my mom and my dad. My dad was a New York City police officer. My mother was one of the first New York City police officers in the 50s when you had to wear a skirt. They met on the force, and they both served on the force for 25 years. My father retired, then my mother retired, and he used her gun to end his life. That was the beginning of my journey, wanting to find meaning in it. I had to find meaning in that life-changing event, a life-changing event, a challenge. And I went back to school. I even got a master's in thanatology. And most people ask, "You're a thanatologist? It sounds cool. What is it?" It's cool until I tell them that my specialty is sudden violent death. So I'm going to briefly share with you why you are personally impacted by the stories that you hear. And it stems from a loss narrative, whether it is a crime-related loss or a death-related loss. The people that you are working with have experienced all kinds of losses. So take a look at these 4 different shapes. And these represent your character traits. Who associates with the ziggle, the squiggle? Please raise your hand. Oh, that whole back table. You're generally good leaders, clever and hip. Who associates with the circle? Please raise your hand. You're preoccupied with sex and booze. They say if you want a happy ending, it depends upon where you stop your story. I could stop my story after telling you about my triplets, or the fact that when they were 3 years old, I thought I had an ulcer. His name is Brian, and he's 28 years old today. Where do we stop our story? I could stop my story at my dad's suicide. But you see what storytelling, why it's so important to share the good, to share the bad? It's all there. It's all a part of who you are. So it's really important to share your story.